What up, Blue Jays? Merry Christmas, or Merry Woodmas. No, I'm kidding around. Merry Christmas, everyone. It's not quite Christmas time yet, but it's definitely close. It's not quite Christmas yet, but it's definitely close. I am here to talk to you guys about the disappearance of Kenny Veach. Kenny Veach was a big time hiker. You know, he just loved to get out there, usually by himself, and just hike. He just loved hiking in desert climates and I don't know if he'd like to hike in other places like wooded areas or anything like that. I just know he liked to hike in desert climates. And Kenny did YouTube, and Kenny talked about like his adventures of hiking and stuff. And I love hiking myself. Do I really go as far out there like like Kenny Veach did and so many others? No, because I heard stories where some people go hiking and they walk for so long that their toenails fall off and stuff. And I was thinking, yikes, that's some intense hiking. Well, anyway, this is about the disappearance of Kenny Veach and his discovery of this one cave that he calls the M Cave. And the M Cave is located in Area 51, and it's called the M Cave. He gave it that name because the entrance had like a weird M shape, where it's like, yeah, like I saw like a picture of some other person that believed that he did find the M Cave. At the very least, he did find a cave that looked kind of like an M, and it was weird. It's kind of hard to describe it, but it did kind of look like an M, the entrance of the cave. What this other man found, whether that was the M cave that Kenny Veach was talking about or something else. But this particular cave that Kenny was talking about on YouTube, he said when he went inside that he got pretty deep in and he started to vibrate. He started to feel like a vibration. His body started shaking. And he shared this story on YouTube, and a lot of people just simply didn't believe him. They were kind of like this, giving him a hard time and stuff, and like, oh, you're making up the story. This didn't happen and stuff. And then he decided to go back there and film it. But when he did it the second time, he never came back and he just vanished. And nobody knows what happened to Kenny. Some people have theories, since it did take place on Area 51 property, that the government had something to do with it and they might have killed him because he might have trespassed in an area and maybe saw too much and filmed it. I don't know. Air Force bases just creep me out as it is. You hear so many weird stories about Air Force bases, about devil worshipping, and about weird killers that come from Air Force bases. Like, there's this one Canadian guy that was a serial killer, or he wasn't a serial killer, but he was just like this weird pervert guy that was a part of the Air Force. He was like a very young, I forgot what position he exactly was, but he was like a very high up Air Force guy in Canada. And the Golden State Killer, his past had to do with the Air Force, where he witnessed his little sister being assaulted by Air Force men. So yeah, Air Force bases just really creep me out. I don't understand why there's such weird stuff about Air Force bases, but there's a lot of weird stories about Air Force bases. And yeah, Kenny going out there and looking for this strange cave where he, like you said, he felt started to vibrate when he was inside, and people didn't believe him, so he wanted to prove them wrong, but he never came back from this mysterious area, and I would like to know what happened to Kenny. Like, did Kenny maybe not properly prepare, even though he was like a pretty professional hiker? So like, did he bring enough water? But you think he would know better because he's done it so many times. So I don't know exactly what happened to Kenny, but it's a very strange and mysterious case. All right, thank you, everyone.